Debbie is in Columbus, Ohio. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you so much for taking my call.
My honor. How can we help?
I just got done paying $31,846 in debt. I am a single female. I'm currently living in an apartment.
Way to go!
And I have... Pardon?
Way to go!
Thank you. I currently have $1,410 in my money market account. And I've been working with an accountability buddy to help keep me on budget. He helped me get a budget. And now he wants me to, I'm working on baby step 3. It should take me to the end of 2022 to get $12,000 into my money market account. And he said he also wants me to start saving up for a house for a 20% down payment on a condo. And he said he wants me to put the money in a Roth IRA so it can get a little more interest than a money market. And then he said, as soon as you have a 20% down payment for your condo, I want you to pull your money out of your Roth IRA plus whatever else I had saved up, and we're going to put that on a condo. And I would be buying this on my own. I know you want people to do 15-year fixed, but I'm 55. I just turned 55, and I don't want $1,200 mortgage payments in my 70s. And I told him that, and he said, well, maybe we need to go to a 30-year mortgage so you can get smaller payments. And then I said I could just treat that like a debt snowball in baby step 2. So my current rent is $844, which is 25% of my take-home pay. Because you said don't get a mortgage greater than 25% of your take-home pay. So that would mean I would need a mortgage right around $850.
Well, your mentor is telling you a lot of the same things we tell you, but he's telling you a few things different than we tell you.
Right.
I need to know your way. What is the best way or the wisest way to do this?
What do you make? You're making $40,000 a year?
67,308.
When do you plan on retiring?
70, 72, 71, somewhere in there.
Okay. All right. Before Dave comes back in to give you some more wisdom, because he could definitely help out with this age bracket. One of the things I don't like that your mentor is telling you to park the money in a Roth IRA. That's a bad move. I could definitely see you parking that into like a mutual fund, like an S&P 500. If it's going to be about 3 to 5 years, and that's a great route. But if you put it inside a retirement account, you're going to pay interest and penalties. Not interest, you're going to pay penalties. And so I don't want that to happen. So that's the very first thing. And then for me, I could be in here, and Dave, please correct me if I'm wrong, but at this age bracket, I'm not in a rush to move. Like, do you have to move into a home? Like, I
don't need to move in. He just said you're paying $850 a month in rent right now, and he said rent is only going to go up.
But Debbie,
so when you're 70,
I agree. I agree that it's going to go up, and I do want you to get in a home ownership position because it'll stabilize your budgeting as you go into retirement. But I would not do more than a 15-year fixed. I think you can do better than end of 2022 to finish your emergency fund. That sounds like that's taking too long to me. Definitely don't use a Roth. Completely agree with Anthony on that. Use a Roth for your retirement savings, but not for your saving up for a house. And no, we don't do a 30. We do a 15. Because you don't want a 30 will pay off in 30 years. You don't want a 15 will pay off in 15 years. And you're going to do it. You're going to be okay. You're going to select a home that fits that. And you don't have to put down a full 20% to purchase. It just saves you PMI if you do. It saves you private mortgage insurance if you do. So what I would do is finish this emergency fund faster. I would not use a Roth. I would do a 15-year fixed where the payment's no more than a fourth of your take-home pay. But I think you've got some other stuff coming out of this check that you're not counting here. Take-home pay, when we say a fourth of your take-home pay, we don't mean after health insurance, after retirement, or after payments you're paying out of your check. We mean after taxes.
Yeah.
And $67,000 should be bringing home more than you're bringing home. just after taxes. So you got something else coming out of your check there, or you're getting a big refund and you're going to need to adjust your W-4s and get your refund down to where it's zero. You don't want to be getting a big refund every year. So you should be getting home with more cash than you're getting home with, unless you've got it going to health insurance or something inside your check there. But take-home pay is not. It only means after taxes, not after everything else. So I think you're going to be able to afford a house, a little condo like you're talking about. Get it on a fixed rate, a 15-year, and you do not want to go into retirement, the end of your life, with a bunch of debt still on a house because you took out a 30 and hoped you were going to snowball it. No, just don't buy it if you can't put it on a 15.
Yeah.
But I think you can, and I think you'll be able to figure it out. Good call. And you're doing really good.
Great call.
She knows her numbers.
She does.
She knows exactly where she is.
She does. She does. Now, Dave, let me ask you this question, though, because it's a learning experience for me. When I hear someone of that age and educate me and tell me where I'm wrong at in my thinking, I get a little nervous to tell my grandmother to go buy a home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's so much more responsibilities than just the mortgage payment that comes with that.
Well, a condo doesn't have the exterior maintenance.
You're absolutely right.
You got the interior maintenance and stuff. Here's the problem. The largest item in your personal budget, the typical person's personal budget, is their mortgage payment.
True.
And it's a rent payment. And if it's a rent payment, it's going to go up every year.
Mm-hmm.
If it's mortgage payment, it's not.
It's going to stay flat.
And when you can get it paid off,
yes,
you got rid of the biggest item in your budget in your last years.
Yeah.
And you've stabilized. You're destabilized when you're a renter because you're at other people's house.
Yes.
And they can do all kinds of stuff like make you move and everything else. And but you've stabilized your life by owning, and by fixing the payment, and or by getting it paid off completely. It's even more stabilized.
Makes sense.
So it's a stabilizing factor for your last 20 years of life, whatever that is. If you go, say, from 70 to 90 or something like that kind of a thing. Now, the older you are, the more you think, okay, but my grandpa used to say, I'm not buying green bananas, so you do start to think about what you're purchasing and so forth. Yeah. But Coleman and I took a call the other day from a lady said she was going to sell her land to her 85-year-old uncle. And I'm like, why is he buying land? It's just, but it's okay. I just, what is the thought process behind that? In his case, he had a good thought process, yeah, it's the same reason we teach people with the Baby Steps Millionaire, the Everyday Millionaires, to people doing the Baby Steps to become millionaires, they become everyday millionaires, to get their home paid off, because that's one of the bigger elements of wealth building.
Yes.
As well. That's one of the two things that most of the millionaires have done. They've got their home paid off.
Okay.
And so it's still all parlays in there together. But if you're 92,
makes no sense.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I hope you live to 107.
Right.
But the statistical averages are not in your favor at that point. So, no, I probably wouldn't go by then. But she's only 55. I mean, she's got life expectancy of 30 years at this point. So, average death age of a female in America right now is 74, of a male is 72. But that includes infant mortality and teenage death. And so, when you make it healthy into your late 50s, early 60s, you've got a very high statistical likelihood of making it into your 90s. Very high. And so that's just because that's the way the averages work out.
Yeah.
So it's good questions, good discussion.